his head moved, keep his hands up, move in and jab the Prince in his chest. Stop aiming at his head.
Just to show how out of his own style bungu has been forced here. This is a guy who averaged 84 punches around as a 122-pound fighter. In the first 2 rounds here, he averaged 46 punches per round. It's hard to throw when you know that Naz is coming back with those big shots.
Now he's aiming his shots into Prince's chest. That'll help out a little bit. If you aim for the chest, you'll get the chin.
Fighting with great confidence, already seems to have come to the conclusion that bungu can't hurt him with the right hand.
And he's doing like his corner told him. He's backing bungu up. Surprised at that.
Normally, Naz backs up and allows the opponent to come to him.
Body shot. Wicked right to the body by the Prince. That hurt.
He is hurting bungu both to the body and the head. Bungu looking wobblier than is usually the case, and throwing many fewer punches. Occasionally landing a clean right hand, but Hamed has been able to walk through them. Here's a left-hand shot landing for Bungu. And there's a hard left hand for the Prince, who turns around into a right-handed stance and fires a right cross. Now back to the southpaw stance.
Bad thing about that with the Prince, moving forward like that beyond his nature, if the fight goes beyond 6 or 7 rounds, you'll have to pay the cost for that.
And what will be the price, George?
Well, you're using muscles that you're not accustomed to, nor do you like to use. And you won't have those muscles to protect you.
No trouble from Bungu's cut left eye in that round. Only from Hamed.
There are 2 things. Don't just stay in front of unnecessary. It's either we're close with him or we're out of it, okay? Okay. When we go to him and we're under. Don't try and move back, because he's catching us when we move back, okay? Rather stay outside, inside, or to move outside completely, okay?
Taking that job, all right? Now, if you're going to pick punches, you're going to follow, okay? Yep. It's not only 1 shot. We want 2 and 3 shots, okay? Now, remember,
touch him with a body shot.
Okay.
There you go.
Beautiful. You're working excellent.
Body shot. And touch him with the right hand as soon as you bang him.
You're working excellent that body, okay? But remember, I want that jab more consistent, okay, Habu? Okay, we're gonna follow with that hook a little more, all right?
Round 4.
Advice from Bungu's corner: either get in his chest or try to stay outside of his range. Don't stand in the middle where you can be hit.
Harold Levman, how do you have it scored so far?
Jim, 3-0. 30-27, Prince Naseem Hamed. You know, Jim, southpaws don't have great right hands generally. The Prince has got a vicious right hook, and he's been murdering Bungu with addition to that great straight left hand. You can't take it away from the Prince. Really winning easily on good, clean punches.
Well, his style is so unusual. I mean, why call him a southpaw? He's really an ambidextrous puncher.
Very ambidextrous, Jim, a lot like Pernell Whitaker.
He tends to square his feet from time to time. He throws power shots equally well from either side. He's really neither fish nor fowl in terms of southpaw or conventional fighter.
One theory I've heard expressed about why he hasn't seriously hurt or stopped recent opponents, a theory I don't necessarily subscribe to, is that since his fight with Kevin Kelly, when he was knocked down 3 times, he's unwilling to fully commit to those big punches anymore. Do you see any of that, George?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, this guy's, I've seen him dig into the body, and he's sticking his head right out there for another left hook.
I think a better explanation, if you want to be charitable to the Prince, I mean, if you're on the Prince's side, one explanation, both McCullough and Soto fought to survive. Down goes Bungu on a left-hand shot up the middle.
There goes that theory, which I didn't subscribe to, and certainly don't now.
And Vianney Bungu is knocked out for the first time in his career. Certainly never in his career did he face the kind of firepower that he saw tonight.
As the Prince regained not just his magic carpet, but his magic George.
This was a solid boxer. He knocked out. That you can't regain it any better than that. The guy is on top. If ever he was down, he's on top and a little bit more.
That was what he was looking for. That was a terrific, convincing performance against a solid professional fighter. That was a fight in which Hamed showed that he's making progress towards some of the things Stewart wants from him in terms of being a better fighter.
Now, if the critics continuously criticize him, it's because it's fashionable to criticize such a guy. This guy has the package.
Well, it may be fashionable, George, but I think the criticism is probably making him a better fighter.
Amen. I believe that.
Emphasize my point. I think both Soto and McCullough fought to survive. Bungu didn't, and he got knocked out. Let's take another look, Larry.
Straight left hand threaded through Bungu's defense, a defense that helped him win 14 championship fights before this.
At 122 pounds rather than 126.
And the good thing about this, the Prince did it in his style. He wasn't going forward. He was boxing, picking him apart, and here we go. Boom.
That's the same straight left hand that finished the fight against Kevin Kelly December of '97 in New York. That's the punch that made Hamed a media star in the United States. There it is again.
The song is, I've got to be me. And if he, as long as he himself, he'll get these knockouts all the time.
Well, if opponents come to fight.
Well,
if opponents come to survive, even the great punchers can't do that much about it.
I agree with you. Certainly, Soto survived.
His
McCullough's just got the hardest chin there
McCullough's
is.
got a rock-hard chin. McCullough went the distance against Eric Morales, too. Point made.
His corner was able to communicate with him to take it easy. Take your time. Keep the jab out there. He did it.
Well, it was an easy fight. And a relaxed Prince Naseem Hamed did what the crowd and the boxing public have been looking for. So now, that sets up some big-time possibilities, because we are still looking down the road toward possible fights with Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, and Emmanuel Stewart says someday we're going to go up to 130 pounds and fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. What a battle that could be. Let's go up to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to an end as referee Joe Cortez reaches the count of 10. The official time, 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number 4. The winner, and still the reigning, undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, the pride of Sheffield, England, Prince Naseem Hamed.
Final punch that numbers. The ultra unconventional Prince Naseem Hamed landing at a relatively low percentage. Bungu right there in range of where he normally lands, 28%, but throwing about half as many punches as he would normally have thrown in that tour of duty in the ring. And why was Bungu not throwing much? Because when you're facing the Prince's power, you don't like what's coming back when you put your arms out in front.